the crazy story, the backstory, I guess, if you will, on these guys is we moved from Kentucky to North Carolina we're coming up within days of being at 3 years. And right out of the gate, upon moving here, we were getting approached and engaged with people, a good number of people that was coming up to us and making comments and statements about inquiring what kind of dogs these were, the breed, and long story short, they had never heard of Bassets or Basset Hounds, let alone seen one ever. And this continued and carried on going forward for literally every single day, 7 days a week for the next 3 years. And another little backstory, I or my wife are out here on these trails with these guys 7 days a week, rain or shine, regardless of weather, regardless of season. We are out here, and we rotate between a multitude of different trails within different park systems, within different counties of the state. And we were encountering this everywhere we went. So with that said, my wife and I, in the beginning, first week, thought it was a strange, bizarre, fluky thing. However, we just racked it up to being just that, just an isolated incident or occurrence of, people saying what they were saying. But then it just continued on. And with that said, we quickly came to the point where we were, kind of telling each other, hey, listen, there's a reason all these people, various people, are saying the same thing over and over and over and over. And it has long been to the point that I can just read people before they even get within 30 feet of me. Whenever their look, their body language, how they're watching them, I can tell that verbatim what's going to come out of their mouth. And usually 10 times out of 10, I'm correct. And every once in a while, there's maybe a 1%er that surprises me. But that is, they all tell me, they inquire about the breed, the kind of dog. They'll make their comments about never heard of them, never seen them. And then the next one or two things is coming. Either these dogs don't exist in North Carolina, or right along with that statement will be these dogs do not exist in the South. They are strictly a northern dog breed, which both are the furthest thing from the truth. It's obvious that these people have been living under some rocks, some very big rocks. But just a very funny, weird, and strange thing, to say the least. And again, the frequency being daily, sometimes multiple times daily, maybe between 1 to 3 encounters a day with the same kind of commentary. So just weird. We have lived a lot of places, traveled, vacationed with these guys and with others that we've owned in the past, a multitude of times and places, and never any kind of comments like these. So anyway, that's just a little story about that. And still, 3 years later, we find it very odd and strange and weird.